Hey class, I'm Mr. Thornton. You've got just a week now until May, and I'm going to help you succeed in your GCSEs. This lesson, is it too late to start revising? I've had quite a few comments over the past few weeks from people asking whether or not it's too late for them to start their revision if they're starting now. And I just wanted to take a quick video to address those concerns. Firstly, the simple answer. Revision is always better late than never. So no, it's not too late to start your revision if you're starting now, whenever now happens to be. It's always better to have done some than to have done none. Even if that revision is just happening the night before the exam, that still may get you an extra couple of marks. Remember, it may only be 1 mark which you need to get to the next grade. So some revision is always better than none, no matter when you start. Now that's not to say that revising the night before an exam is going to turn a grade 4 into a grade 9. It's important to be realistic with your expectations for what you can achieve if you're leaving your revision that late. But it could potentially turn a grade 4 into a grade 5. It could get you those few marks which might potentially take you to the next grade. And ideally, the earlier you start, the better, of course. But remember, we've got a few weeks still until most of your exams will be starting. Most of them aren't going to be starting on the very first day of May. So you've still got some time to be making a big improvement to how you're doing. It's important though to make sure you get started as soon as possible. If you haven't left yourself enough time to go through everything, what you need to do is focus on key points, key areas. Which bits did you do the worst on the last mock you did? Those are going to be the areas where you can make the biggest improvement and therefore where you can gain the most additional marks on top of what you previously got. It's no good revising the bits which you did pretty well on. Make sure you focus on the bits which were the biggest problems for you. Start on those first. You know what they are. Also focus on those skills which crop up on every paper and which are extremely useful. So for example, in chemistry, make sure you understand about bonding and electrons. Those tend to show up in both the earlier papers and the later papers in the foundation and higher tier ones. In physics, make sure that you know how to use equations and ideally make sure that you know how to rearrange equations as well. But this is true for all sorts of different papers, that there are very common skills that run throughout each individual course which you need to keep coming back to. Get those cracked and focus on the trouble areas first. I suggest the closer you are to your exams, the bigger a percentage of your time should be spent on past papers as well. If you don't have time to be sitting down making notes on absolutely everything, at the very least make sure you've done 2 or 3 past papers on each topic which you're sitting an exam on. The same sorts of things crop up year after year. You'll get much better at pacing yourself through the exam and you'll get a pretty good idea about what they're looking for on those questions. If you're looking for a time-efficient way to make sure that you've covered everything, past exam papers are it. I hope that addresses the concerns of the people who've been asking about this. Remember, it's always better to have done some revision than to do none at all. So at the next available opportunity after you finish watching this video, you need to make sure that you do go and do some revision. And keep doing it, stick with it. We're getting closer to those exams, but with a little bit of time and a little bit of practice, you'll be ready for them. I hope that video really helped you. If it did, it really helps my channel when you like, subscribe and share these videos. Let people know I'm going to succeed in my GCSE. All the links and info for this video are in the description, and please let me know what you thought in the comments or on Twitter at Mr. Thornton UK, or use the hashtag #SucceedInMyGCSE. There are loads more GCSE Science videos on my channel too. Here's another one which YouTube thinks you might find useful. You can click my picture just here to subscribe, click down there to check how well you understood with the Snap Quiz website and app, and you can click just here to get my revision guides. Good luck in your GCSEs everyone, and thanks very much for watching.